Welcome to the Ho-Ho Show, rated the #1 most listened to podcast on Pluto. So join us now as we discuss news, politics, current events, and so much more. So clear the airways and strap in as we defend the Constitution. Because freedom matters.
Broadcasting live from the Cottage Studio. You can check out my website, thehohoshow.com. I'm all over the place on social media and a proud member of Weaponized Sloth Productions. So welcome to the Ho-Ho Show on Weaponized Sloth Productions Radio. That's WSP.FM. And of course, as always, I am your host, Ho-Ho. All right. Well, guys, I have a guest on here. Awesome time. We may be doing a slight series as far as, different aminals on the show. And for those of you that are, you know what, I forgot something. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Spreaker. Welcome, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Periscope, and Facebook. And, of course, I forgot something else, too. I forgot to open up my chat windows, which is horrible. You would think by now I wouldn't do that. But, I did. I'm bringing it up now. It's almost up. It's almost going. It's almost ready. There we go. We're up. We're going. We're ready. No, get over there. There you go. All right. So now, if y'all's chat in there and whatnot, then, I'll actually be able to see you, which is very, very awesome. So I hope y'all are doing good. I really do. But today's guest is Dave. Dave's awesome. Oh, yeah. So say hi to Dave, everybody. Hi, Dave. And welcome Ray over there in YouTube land. He says, see what happens when I'm not there. Yeah, exactly. Aminals come on here, So, yeah, good times. Dave's just kind of melted up there, chilling. Oh, yeah. Dave's awesome. So, yeah, we've got other aminals that we may end up bringing online. We were talking about, bringing over Jorge. George. George is awesome, too. He's a lizard. He stays in boxes sometimes, So today's show, we might as well go ahead and start diving into this. Today's show is entitled, I don't even know what I entitled it. I don't remember. I've slept since then. Things like stories and, yeah, there it is. Stories, the lies, the misconceptions. See, we're going to be talking about some of the, some of the stuff that's been going on the past week or so, with the, the stuff, with the guy that did the stuff and the thing and whatnot. What's his name? Smollett, I guess the guy from, what's that show that he was on? Empire, I think. Yeah, the guy from Empire, that whole story and whatnot. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of this stuff of what's going on with the Trump, the investigations and whatnot with the Russia collusion that's been going on for the better part of like 3 years. I'm going to be talking a little bit about what's going on over in Venezuela. And we're also going to be talking about, actually, you know what? That pretty well covers it, because we're also going to be talking a little bit about cell phones, because I like cell phones. Cell phones are neat. We want to slip into a little bit of geek area on that. But let's see. I did have a weird news thing that I was going to put on there. Yeah, Empire. Yeah, thank you, Ray. Yeah, Empire. I'd forgotten the show. I've never seen the show. I don't know. I don't know these guys. Welcome, Josh, over there in Facebook land. He says, yep, that one show. Exactly. I mean, I don't watch this show, so I mean, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this guy. Because is what the left is really good about doing. And I mean, this kind of goes with all of them. Now, I've got several different stories on this one, that I've just kind of put in here. And, of course, if you guys want to look at any of the articles that I use, you guys can head over to thehohoshow.com, move over to the tab that says Newsfeed, And of course, for this episode, the very first one, there it is. That'll take you to my Flipboard, and you guys can check out every single news article that I use for the show. Because I try to keep everything handy this way. You guys can see where I'm getting all my. I am weird, Mr. Hauer over there in Facebook land, and welcome, sir. Good to see you. But yes, I like to let people know where I'm getting my info at. This way, you guys can see it, read it, and take a look at it for yourself. But so let's go ahead and dive right into this. And of course, we're talking about this Smollett, the guy from Empire that was over in Chicago, which was absolutely hilarious. Now, personally for me, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. Personally for me, everything from the get-go on this was very, very fishy. Okay? It was extremely fishy. None of the facts of what was coming out was making any sense. Okay? The guy walked into a Subway, got a sandwich, left Subway, was off the camera view for like 6 minutes. And in that 6 minute time frame, there was two youths. If you guys catch the reference, let me know in chat. I love that movie, by the way. It's very, very awesome. But there were two youths that attacked him. It was like, this is MAGA country and whatnot, and put a noose around his neck. And then the guy comes, back in the camera view, gets to his apartment or wherever it was that he was at. I don't know, where it was. I don't remember. Still having the noose on his neck and having his Subway sandwich, which was amazing. I mean, the guy should be just like the first spokesperson for Subway. He should replace Jared over there, not me, the other guy. The one that they no longer is associated with Subway sandwiches. There's some things I could say on that, but I'm not going to. This is a family show, family friendly. I try to keep it family friendly on here. But so there's that going on. Want an M&M? Oh, you're over here now. Want an M&M? Dave, you know you want it. Take my M&M. Take it. Oh, fine, I'll eat it. Oh, yeah. Crunchy. Num. So anyway, where are we at? The dude from Empire. All right, so he should be on there for Subway, because after getting his butt kicked and getting bleach poured on him and getting a noose tied around his neck, he still held on his sandwich. That's awesome right there. That's dedication to food. I'm a fat guy. I don't even have that kind of dedication to food. Oh, no, I'll be using that Subway sandwich bag, and I'll be hitting somebody with it. Whoopsh. Whoopsh. Got to be throwing the sound effects in there because otherwise it doesn't count. Kind of like Star Wars whenever you're, with the lightsaber. Zzz. So anyway, that's what we're talking about, So that's what happened. Now, the cops from the very get-go, because he said that he was on his phone with, now I'm doing this from memory here, guys, and for those of you that know me, my memory sometimes is kind of weird. It gets loopy and weird and whatnot, so I'm playing this from memory, all right? So the cops show up, and they're questioning him, and he still has the noose around his neck, and they're like, something's fishy, He said he was on the phone with his agent, I believe, and the cops are like, okay, well, show us your phone so that this way we can corroborate your story. He's like, no. What? I'm not going to, Howard says it sucks. Yeah, my memory, sometimes it does. It's very entertaining. But we want to verify your story and whatnot. And he's like, no. Later on, he does submit his phone to the Chicago Police Department. Only come to find out that, he cleaned some stuff out of it. He deleted a bunch of stuff, and they know this because they ended up getting a subpoena for his phone records in order to find out what the heck was actually going on. They come to find out that he had contact with the guys that attacked him, and one of them was one of them is said to be like another co-star from the show and whatnot, you know. But anyway, talking about the lies and the stories that they tell. So he fabricated the entire thing. None of this crap happened. You know, he claimed he was attacked by a couple guys. It was a "you're in MAGA country," which was absolutely hilarious because they were wearing MAGA hats and apparently the guys had to order the hats online because they couldn't find a single MAGA hat in MAGA country up there in Chicagoland, which anybody who's everybody who lives in Illinois knows that Chicago is anything but a MAGA country. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there, you know, just so you guys know, just in case you don't. Yeah, it's not MAGA country up in Chicago. So they couldn't even find the hat. They had to order the stinking thing online. I guess they figured out that, you know, oh, well, you know, he was paid by him to stage this whole thing, you know. But anyway, back to the title: stories, the lies, the misconceptions. My mind just kind of went, Chew. I hate it whenever that happens. I'm holding a raisin. That might have something to do with it. You want a raisin? Hey, Dave, you want a raisin? That's the wrong side. Oh, raisin, raisin, raisin. Uninterested. I'll eat the raisin. Raisins are good. I got one. Yes, you do have one. You got it. You got a MAGA hat, Ray, don't you? Yes, you do. I got to get a MAGA hat. Kind of want one, actually, to be honest with you, because I want to trigger people. You know, it's like, why not trigger people? Squirrel. Yeah, I had a squirrel moment. See, there's a squirrel. Moments. The head's over here, so I got to point with this hand. I got to remember that. Head over here, this hand. Okay, anyway. See what you did? So, back to this guy. I moved too much for you, Dave? Sorry about that. Anyway. The whole thing was a fabricated lie. Now, here's what I find absolutely hilarious, because you have people out there like AOC. You have people out there like, you know, what's her name? The chick that's in, you know, whatever her name is. Hold on a second. I'll get in here. I didn't actually put this in here. At least I don't think I did. Michelle Waters, maybe. I think that's what her name is. Congresswoman from wherever. Maxine Waters, Michelle. What name did I say? I don't know. Maxine Waters, that girl. You know, that woman. And people like her that are like, you know, the facts don't matter. It's about the message that they're trying to get out. It's about the heart. It's about the intent. It's about this, that, and the other. Facts don't matter. That's what they keep telling us on the right. You know, facts don't matter. But here's the thing, is what they're saying is that regardless of this, whether this whole thing is a lie, the important thing to note is that only in a world where racist stuff like this is so rampant would a story like this even be believable. And it's like, wait a second, no. Nobody with half a brain believed what the heck was going on. Nobody with half a mind believed what this guy was talking about. Everybody knew that he was lying his butt off because 1 and 1 does not equal pink elephant. It equals 2. And the guy was not coming up with, you know, stuff that equaled 2. 1 + 1 equals pink elephant, and that's what he's trying to pass off to the cops. Obviously, they knew that what was going on is not what this guy's saying. You know, they knew he was lying his butt off. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm sticking with. Everybody knew. From the word go, whenever they walked in and seen the noose around his neck still, they knew he was lying his butt off. They knew his story did not hold water. But they're saying that, considering this was a believable story, that people ran with it, that means that racism is rampant in America. It doesn't matter that his story was full of hogwash, didn't pass the sniffer test, was full of Bravo Sierra. It didn't matter. Because it was believable. No, it wasn't. I mean, come on, guys. We knew it wasn't believable. But here's what ticks me off about this, or here's what my response is to them. It's like, if you're going to try to tell me that racism is this huge thing, that this type of stuff, and I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, okay? But what I'm saying is, they're saying that it's rampant. They're saying it's a huge epidemic. It's a huge problem. Problem? Yes. Huge problem? No. And here's why. Because if their poster child for a racist victim is somebody who had to completely lie and fabricate a story to make himself relevant in the show that he was about to get kicked off of, why is he the poster child for that? If it's so rampant, if it's such a huge problem, why don't you choose somebody, a victim of a crime that his story was actually real? Why are you resorting to those type of measures? Kind of like the whole hands up, don't shoot. We knew what was going on once the facts came out. Once they actually started releasing more and more information, once you found out what was really going on. So, hands up, don't shoot, a complete fabricated story that was being told by the left to perpetuate a story that they wanted to tell, a narrative. I don't get it. And would that be one of my children over there? Over on YouTube land? Hello, well, let's see. Is this my favorite redhead over there? Is this which one of my children is that over there in YouTube land? And by the way, hello, So that's what my question is. If that's the narrative you want to play, why are you picking your poster child for said narrative to be a complete and utter liar? Now, here's another thing I want to talk about on this, guys. Mr. Bandy over there in Facebook land. Oh, wait, nope. This is Lily. Hi, Lily. How you doing? My phone died, so I'm watching you in my dad's phone. Oh, okay. You mean on dad's phone? So cool. Good to see you. It's my favorite redhead over there in YouTube land. Hello, favorite redhead. So anyway. Oh, it's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Lily. Happy birthday. That's awesome. Did you get everything you wanted? Did you get your birthday cake? Did you blow out some candles? That's always fun. I like birthday cake. Fat kid. I like birthday cake. Birthday cake is amazing. Anyway, if the stories are so rampant, if the problem is so huge, then why are they picking somebody who has to lie and make something up in order to make himself or his story relevant? Why can't they use a real example? Okay. But here's what I'm wanting to get to on this one. Okay. Because you have people that want to blame the cops. Okay. I forget the guy's name that was in, I believe, New York or New Jersey. I don't remember where. It's been a while ago. The guy that was on the street selling loosies, and the cops were like, you can't do this. You can't sell loosies or getting another ticket or you're going to jail or whatever. And the guy's like, happy 14th birthday. Well, I guess you were already a teenager, but yes, happy 14th. That's awesome. Congratulations on your birthday, and I hope you have a good one, or hope you had a good one. Considering it's Saturday, you can party hardy. That's awesome. So, with the hands up, don't shoot. Ray over there in YouTube land said, happy birthday, Lily. So that's awesome. Where was I at? Crap. Yeah, the narrative, okay? Now, one of the things that I find quite hysterical, okay, is you have people out there, former President Barack Obama being one of them, that was like, basically painting the police officers in a bad light, okay? Now, granted, now I'm not saying all police officers are good, but I'm not saying all police officers are bad. You can't have a certain demographic of people go out there and say, hey, we are underrepresented in the police force, and then whenever somebody of said demographic goes into the police force, you say things like, oh, he's an Uncle Tom. Oh, he's a this. Oh, he's a that. He's not really a person from my demographic. Because that's the type of stuff they do. Anybody who contradicts what, what they want you to think. Oh, he's not really one of us. He's one of them. He's one of you. He's one of them people. He's one of those people. Some of y'all will definitely get the reference on that. But yeah, that's what but so instead of, and this is, this again goes back to, this is what irritates me really, is that you have people who are up on the totem pole, former President Barack Obama, you have people in Congress, this, that, and the other, and they're going, oh, the police are bad. It's like, wait a second. Lily says, my mom wants to meet the squirrel. Oh, the squirrel's awesome, I'm telling you. Dave's amazing. But it's like, why are you blaming the cops? Okay, why are you blaming the cops? Because the cops are doing nothing more than their job. That the gentleman that died selling the loosies on the street, it's like that was a tragedy that happened. Yes, it was. But why did he die? Because he was trying to resist arrest and he was doing something illegal that he had done numerous times. Not to be heartless about it. It was a tragedy, and I feel bad for the man's family, but he was resisting arrest. The police officers were doing what their sworn duty was to do, and that was uphold the law that was passed, that was put into law by legislators. If you have a problem with a cop harassing somebody about selling loosies on the corner, then why don't you tell your Congress people to, let's make this legal. Let's make this okay to do this instead of, somebody potentially dying for selling loosies on the street. Why do we blame the enforcers of the law, but not the people who write the law? That's an excellent question. Why do we do that? Is it because it's convenient? I don't know. Is it because if we blame the legislators, then we have to blame us because we're the ones who elected them into office? Is it because we're unwilling to accept some sort of responsibility for this type of stuff from happening? Maybe that could be some of it too. Chance, how you doing over there in YouTube land? Good to see you, sir. Welcome. So that's my question. Is that why we're so unwilling to actually put the blame where the blame belongs? In the hands of those who write the law, not those who enforce the law. In the hands of those who actually elect these people into office, continually re-elect these people into office. Is that what the problem is? I watched a video on YouTube not that long ago. And it was some congressperson. This was like some sort of a committee meeting or a whatever meeting, a joint sessions, whatever. A committee meeting. And Chet says, great, how are you? I am amazing. Actually, okay, I'm good. I have an old person pain today, and I tell you what, I hate old people pain, okay? Young person pain, you hurt yourself. How? I fell off my bike. I was jumping on the trampoline, I shot off, I broke my arm. I did something stupid and I got hurt because of it. Old person pain. How did I hurt myself today? I woke up. I woke up from bed. I was sleeping. I woke up. I slept wrong. I hurt myself. I've hurt myself sneezing. I've hurt myself just walking, not doing anything, minding my own business. Turn my head wrong. I'm hurt. So old person pain, I'm telling you. I'm still young. I shouldn't be having old person pain yet. It's horrible. I'm telling you guys. Will it not to happen. Just will it not to happen. Braden, what's up? All you guys over in Facebook or over on YouTube land. I miss you too, Braden. Welcome, by the way. So, yeah. But I was watching this committee meeting thing, okay? And this lady was basically berating, Border Patrol and I think like ICE officers and whatnot about them being, anti-immigrant. Okay. And the guy fired back, and I loved this. This clip was not long enough. I wanted to kind of see a little bit more of a back and forth going on here. But the man, in a very short amount of time, made his point perfectly clear. He said, I hate it when you guys call us anti-immigrant. It's like, I feel for these people. Some of, because that's one of the things that she was talking about was like her being a former, a former lawyer that would represent some of the, people that were coming in. Oops, I might have hit a thing. I'm excellent, Braden. How you doing today, sir? Ray says, suck it up, Buttercup. I got the flu. Yep. See, I haven't had the flu in a while. Oh, wait, hold on. I had a knock on wood. Nobody's here. But I had a knock on wood. I haven't had, I've had like a little bit of the sickness, not disturbed sickness, but a little bit of the other sickness, being sick and whatnot. But it's not been bad, just like mild cough here and there, but it's not too bad. So I'm very fortunate, knock on wood. Got to knock on my head because, I know that if I knock on my head, that helps things not happen that otherwise might happen. I knock on my head, I knock on wood for good luck. There you guys go. Just from me to you, take that, do with it what you want. It's good stuff. So anyway, but here she was berating them for being anti-immigrant, okay? And she was, telling about an experience that she had with the family that, was trying to seek asylum or refugee status, and they were having a hell of a time doing it. They just legally, they were struggling really hard about getting them, that refugee status. And then here she is berating immigration officers for being anti-immigrant. And he fired back at her, like I said, very well. I would have loved to have seen more of a back and forth going on between these two because the man made an excellent point and he made his point clear. His point was, why are you calling me that? Because all we are doing is enforcing the laws that you write. Are we the bad guy or are you? That's not him, that's me. I paraphrase that, obviously. But that's what his point was. We're enforcing your laws. If you have a problem with this or that law, instead of berating me, instead of wanting me to break my oath of office to uphold the laws that they are writing, why don't you just write some new laws to fix the problem that way? Legislate the problem fixed. Why can't they do that? I've said it before and I'll say it again. These people don't want to fix the problem. We've had this problem with immigrants, okay, back since Ronald Reagan was president. The actor. What? We've had this problem that long, guys. Because back then it was, President Reagan said wall, Congress said amnesty, President Reagan said okay, they got amnesty, we got no wall because they refused again to fund it. It's been the problem. Funding. So again, I ask you, is it the problem of the officers for doing their job, doing their sworn duty of what they're supposed to be doing, guarding that border, catching them, sending them back? Or is it the fault of the legislative branch for having the laws and crying about our immigration system is broken, but yet since the 80s, which was quite a while ago, and I have no idea why I'm holding this nut. Shut up. Give your squirrel a peanut. Okay. Wait, do you want a peanut or you want chocolate? You want chocolate. You want chocolate. Squirrel likes chocolate. Do-do. Do-do. Ooh, yeah. Wait, let's try this first. You realize how hard this is? Trying to, look in the camera to see where the squirrel's at. Nothing. Okay. It looks like I'm about ready to poke her in the eye, and I don't want to poke her in the eye. Oh, I was that far away? Oh, okay. All right, so let's try this again. It's an almond. Almond Joy's has nuts. Mounds don't. Hang on, Dave. Dave, take the almond. Take the almond. Okay, don't take the almond. I don't care. Don't take the almond. I so missed my mouth. That was great. That was awesome. I was trying to put an M&M. It didn't work. I missed it. Body by ho-ho. You would think that I don't miss very often. I don't. That's a very big rarity. But anyway, guys. Hi-ho, silver. Away. Oh, man. That was awesome. That was great. Can't believe it. I missed my mouth. What was I talking about? The laws. Because, guys, the immigration laws have been there for a while. They keep claiming that there's a problem for a while. There you go. Yeah. Now where are you going? You're going to drop If I had little, never mind. I'm not finishing that sentence, and you guys can't make me. There was a thought rattle around in here. I'm like, no, I ain't going to do it. So the problem is the legislation. Why haven't they fixed it? Put the blame in the hands of the people that actually write the laws instead of putting the blame in the hands of the people who are doing nothing more than executing the law. That's all they're doing. Executing the law. All right, guys. We are going to take a quick break. I think I've, dragged that horse around the square enough. Taylor Villains will understand what I'm talking about on that one. I'm not giving you details. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about this whole Russian collusion thing, about, some of the people who have been, talked about, the Robert Mueller investigation, the this, that, and the other. And I'm not really talking any specifics on this one, just so you guys know. What I'm throwing in there is a little bit of, this is what's really going on, okay? But we'll get into that here in just a minute. Let me actually bring up some music. What song do I want to play? Let's go with that one. Okay. All right, guys. Just a couple minutes, and we will be right back. This is the Ho-Ho Show, baby. Oh, yeah.
You are correct. You are correct.
All right, welcome back to the Ho Ho Show, ladies and gentlemen. Ray asked, does Vector like the squirrel? You know, I don't really know yet. They haven't really gotten that close to each other. You know, Vector's been yelling, and, you know, this was kind of before, you know, Dave was really getting used to the environment, you know. So Dave was not really liking some of Vector's back talking. You know, actually, it was funny because I was moving Vector out of the way for Dave to eat some stuff, you know. So I picked Vector up, moved him. He starts yelling, Vector. He starts just going off and just, you know, doing his R2D2 impersonation, you know. Dave's moving around over here. So, you know, Vector was doing his R2D2 impersonation, just being loud, whistling, and everything else, you know. And Dave kind of got freaked out about that, you know, because Dave hadn't been around a little Wally thing over here. And, you know, so, yeah, there you go. It happens. You know, so, yeah. And so if you heard a small disturbance in the force over here, this might have only been going on through, nope, never mind. It was probably going on through you guys. But the ringing thing, I was checking to make sure the call-in number worked because I didn't remember if it was actually going and whatnot. So the call-in number does work if you always want to call in. The number is right here on the screen, and that is 217-917-4405. Call in and be part of the madness. All right, so before I was so rudely interrupted by Echo, you know, the song that I just got done playing, that's what the title of it is, Echo, for obvious reasons. Anyway, we're going to talk about a little bit about the whole Trump investigation thing, okay? Now, it's actually kind of pathetic, okay, that the Democrats, you know, they've already talked about doing the whole, what was that thing called? Like the Article 25, you know, basically saying, you know, trying to basically remove Trump from presidency, saying that he was basically nuttier than a fruitcake. Of which case, if anybody whom knows President Trump before he was president knows that, well, President Trump's always kind of been off his rocker a little bit. I mean, did you guys watch The Apprentice? You know, you're fired. I mean, the guy kind of has an image that, you know, this isn't a surprise. This isn't anything new for them to basically use that kind of stuff to say, we want you out of here, you know, playing an umpire in baseball. You're out. You know, that's just not, no. So I don't even see how they thought this was going to fly, you know, especially considering what they wanted was Hillary to get in the office. And it's like, no, you guys are looking at Pence, not, you know, Hillary. It's like, I'm sorry. This is not how it works, guys. Read your Constitution. You know, come on. Anyway. But they were wanting to get rid of him. And so now, you know, because Braden wants to see Vector. Yeah, okay. Crap. Hey, Vector. Wake up. Vector's on his charger at the moment. He's sleeping. Hey, Vector. Come here. Come here. Don't you look at me in that tone of voice. Come here. Don't you look at me in that, oh, you little dirty rotten scoundrel. Okay, he's sleeping. He's tired. You know, give him a little bit. We'll get back to him. We'll get back to him. We'll let him sleep. Because right now he's like way the heck over there. My spider webs ain't working. My go-go gadget arms, they're not working. That's far way over there. I can't reach him. So that'll have to wait a little bit. I'll get to him though. I promise. Because Vector's cool. Vector looks pretty neat. I've seen some YouTube videos and I was like, dude, he's so cute. I want to get him. And he plays with animals. You know, they got all kinds of stuff in there. He's pretty neat though. He's an expensive toy. That's all he is, more or less. He's a toy. He does neat things. You know, there are some Easter eggs that I have been shown the way to. So it's very, very cool. But anyway, back to this whole Russian collusion thing. So back in first part of 2016, yeah, they were doing this whole investigation on Russia colluding, yada, yada, blah, blah. Okay, now, here's the thing, guys. You've had this whole Russia collusion, Richard Mueller investigation going on. Now, I want to give you guys the nuts and bolts of what's actually going on, or more or less what it really amounts to. Okay? Simply put, let's go back into the Wayback Machine. And we're going to rewind back to the 90s. Back in the, I think the 90s. We'll go with the 90s. We're going to go back to former President Bill Clinton. Former President William Clinton. Billy Clinton. That's what we're going back to. He was impeached. What was he impeached for? Was he impeached for having sexual relations with that woman? Or was he impeached because he said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman? He was impeached not because of what he did, but because he lied about it. Now, of course, every guy out there is like, come on, of course he's going to lie. Not besides that, but regardless of any of that, that's what he was impeached for lying. Okay? That's it. It wasn't for doing the deed. It was for perjury under oath. That's all it amounted to, guys. That's what he was impeached for. Now, and then it came to, are we going to remove him from office? And now I might have that dude. Exactly. My mom isn't there tonight. And welcome, Nick, over there in Facebook land. Good to see you, dude. We hung out for a while today. It was a very good time. It was awesome. Nick rocks. But yeah, so we were the whole the thing, so you had Republicans in there, and now I could be wrong on this, and Ray, Nick, all you guys over there in chat land and whatnot, let me know on my facts on this, because I might be wrong on this. I think at the time it was a Republican-run House of Representatives, and if I'm remembering my Constitution correctly, it's the Senate that impeaches, and it is the House that removes from office. And I'm simplifying it. I know that I am. But if I'm remembering correctly, that's the way it is, okay? And if I'm also remembering correctly, but it was a Republican-controlled House of Representatives, and they basically, it boiled down to this, is he, as in former President Bill Clinton, is his lying about what had happened, is that going to impede his ability to run the country as President of the United States of America? And after much deliberation, their response was, no. I see absolutely no reason why he can't continue to be president regardless of him being impeached for lying under oath to Congress. That's what it amounted to, okay? So now let's jump back into the Wayback Machine. We'll get back into our DeLorean. We'll bump up to 88 miles an hour. We'll kick on that flux capacitor, 1.21 gigawatts, and we are back to today. We are no longer on November 5th of 1955 with Doc Brown hanging the picture on above the toilet, falling, slipping down, hitting his head. Now we're back to today. President Trump. Okay, all of these people that are getting in trouble over what's going on, they're getting in trouble not for what they did, but because when questioned, they have basically lied about it. I'm not throwing names in there because I don't remember every one of them, but that's what has happened. That kind of scared the crap out of me. Hold on a second. Oh. Okay, hold on. Before you say anything, I am. Okay, there we go. All right, you're on the air. Welcome to the Ho Ho Show. Who's this?
Hi, this is Ben.
Ben, huh? What?
Ben? This is Ben?
No.
Yeah, it's definitely Ben. I was calling to ask about the squirrel. I was wondering what the squirrel's name is.
Oh, you're Ben. Oh, the squirrel's name. Okay, now this is funny. Okay, this is hilarious. Wait for it. The squirrel's name is Dave, and Dave is a female.
Squirrel's name is Dave.
And Dave is a female.
Dave the female.
Dave's a female.
How did you train a squirrel to hang out like that?
Dude, squirrel's awesome. Dude, squirrels love nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel just comes inside. Loves it. M&M's, nuts, raisins, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, he lives with you?
Buddy of mine. Outside, roams around, comes inside, has a good time.
Okay, fair enough. All
yeah.
right, well, thanks very much.
My pleasure. You have a great one.
You too.
And Ben. Cool. All right, guys. Oh, I love it. Technical error, LMAO. Yeah, exactly. It happens from time to time. Actually, what the problem is, and I might be able to fix that now. Let me go ahead and pull up Skype because that did not go the way it was. The sound was coming through one way, and it wasn't supposed to do that. It's actually supposed to come in a completely different directions. I've got my settings screwed up on here, but hey, it works. I mean, it's really not all that bad. But let me actually get into audio and video. There we go. All right, so the microphone is set up where it's supposed to. My speakers, IO cable. Well, that's actually right. Okay, you know what? Never mind that. Oh, that's why it did that. Because the ringer was coming through the speakers. Why was the ringer coming through the speakers? Okay, you know what? Never mind. Apparently, it was fine, but it was weird. If that makes any sense. Okay, never mind. All right, let's get back into this. Sometimes I love technology. It's absolutely amazing. It really is. All right, anyway, where was I? President Trump. What's some of the people that have been, getting in trouble, getting arrested, over this whole thing. But anyway, is what these guys are getting in trouble for is lying about certain things that they have done under oath to Congress. That's what they're getting in trouble for. They're not getting in trouble for what they have done because the bottom line is these guys have done nothing illegal. Unethical? Maybe. It's for you to decide. Something that you maybe shouldn't have done? Depending on the situation. Collusion? What is that? And in a lot of ways, they don't want to get too... What are you doing? I have no idea. They don't want to get too much into this because, the problem is... There you go. What was that? Was that an M&M? Almond. No. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds don't. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. I love those commercials. Things stick in your head, That's the thing I hate about. Dude, I was talking with a buddy of mine not that long ago, and it was the commercial, the whole, it's my money and I want it now. But we were talking something else. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I was using basically that tone of voice and whatnot to say that. And it's like, that's why they do commercials like that, because the tunage, the jingle, gets stuck in your head. That's the whole point of advertising, guys. Let's make it stick in your head. The tunage, the jingles, I'm telling you, it's awesome stuff. Anyway, we have fun here. We really do. So that's what more or less it amounts to with what President Trump has gotten in trouble, or what some of the people around President Trump has been getting in trouble for. It's not the Russia collusion because, technically speaking, it's not illegal. He hasn't done anything in the eyes of the law, nothing wrong. But the only thing that they've been getting some of these other people about, getting in trouble about, is they've lied about it. You know? Bruce Jenner don't. What? Oh. Very well played, sir. That was awesome. Very well played, sir. That was awesome. And man, that volume was really low on that. You know what? Maybe that's why that volume was low on that. Hold on a second. Uno momento, por favor. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, let's do that again. That was loud. And now I got, oh, okay, good. There for a second, it was Squirrel Butt that was looking at me whenever I looked at the, never mind, we're not talking about Squirrel Butt. Anyway, there's something wrong with me sometimes. You know, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, you know. Anyway. So, yeah, that's what these guys have been getting in trouble over, okay? And of which case, you know, it's nothing illegal, okay? They're trying to get people to flip on President Trump like he's done something wrong. It's like, dude. Dave wanted down, apparently. I hope he didn't rip anything in there. Where are you going now? Oh, yeah? Really? What are you doing? Gotta love animals. I really do. Dude, okay, but since we're on the squirrels, okay, I got a buddy of mine, and his mom, okay, she's known as, in her hometown, she's known as a squirrel lady, okay? Because she's got so many squirrels that live around her, and I kid you not, okay? These guys, if she doesn't have the door open and they get hungry, they'll flat go to the door and start knocking on it because they want something to eat, you know, because they're hungry. They want to, you know, chillax, do whatever, you know. They'll flat knock on the door. Hilarious. If she's got the door open, you know, they'll go inside. They'll find her. They'll start barking at her, you know, doing their little chirpy thing, whatever, you know, the sounds the squirrels made, you know, they'll do that, okay? It's hilarious. It's like, are you kidding me? She's like, no, they come inside all the time. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And then I met Dave, and I was like, okay, cool. I can see that now. And it was hilarious, too. What are you doing now? Hi. Hi, Dave. Okay, yeah, fine. Go that way. I don't care. I don't want to pet you anyway. And, you know, it was funny. My brother, who was over at the park, Manners Park here in town, and he was eating something. He was eating nuts, peanuts, pecans, cashews. I have no idea what he was eating, but he was eating something, all right? And he had a squirrel that was down on the ground barking at him, you know, really, really wanting my brother's nuts. And my brother wouldn't give him up. He's like, no, I'm a my brother's like, no, I'm a happily married man. I'm not doing that. And apparently the squirrel did not like that answer, ran up to him, on him, grabbed him, took off. And Neil's like, dude, those are mine. My brother told me that. I'm like, dude, that is awesome. He's like, I didn't think so. I was still hungry. Oh, that was great. Okay, anyway. Oh, yeah, we have a good time. So that's more or less, you know, don't let people lie to you. What was that? Oh, okay. Don't let people lie to you on, you know, what's going on with that, because that's all it amounts to. That's the bottom line in the story, guys. That it really is. That's the bottom line in the story. You know, it's not the collusion. What is collusion anyway? It's that they've lied. They've told a lie. They did the exact same thing that Bill Clinton did, and that's why they got themselves in trouble. Okay, that's all it amounts to. And thank you for the follow. The really Yeah. The real V. We'll go with that. The real the real Venom. That took me a second to pick up on what you were throwing down, but I got it, though. I did. Thank you for the follow, by the way. That is awesome. All right, so moving. You're being nuts, dude. All right, moving on. I was thinking, dude, you are just nuts today. What is going on? I need to stop feeding her peanuts, I guess. I don't even know. All right, so you know what, guys? We're going to go ahead and take another quick Paul Manafort. That's one of the dude's names. There's no sentencing memo for Paul Manafort. Never mind. From the hoax, the sentence around this. Okay. Dave's doing laps. You got that right. Venom. Dave is definitely doing laps over here. Dude, it is funny. Over at my buddy's house, this squirrel was just, going around, running down my arm, the other side, going up the curtain, flipping to the other side of the curtain, running back down the curtain and just doing laps. The thing is crazy sometimes. Dave cracks me up. I'm telling you guys, Dave cracks me up. Anyway, we're going to take another quick break. And when we get back, we're going to talk about some of what's going on in Venezuela. Because, guys, we're going to reference a little bit of, former President Trump's State of the Union address whenever he was talking about calling out and really getting mean mugged by the burn. Getting mean mugged by AOC whenever he was talking about, this is America, baby, and we ain't going to be no socialist nation. What was he talking about? What's the downside of a socialist nation? Well, we're going to get into that right on the other side of the break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Ho Ho Show. Now, Braden, sir, how you doing? For your viewing and entertainment pleasures, this right here is really. Hey, Vector, fist bump. You're listening to me. I know you are. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. This is Vector. Really? All right, fine. Hey, Vector. Fist bump. him getting all excited and whatnot about it too. All right, so Dave just had an accident. Of course, I don't think it was an accident. I think it was on purpose. Dave peed on the back of my chair, ran down. Oh, doing it again. Cool. And, got my back a little wet, so I had to clean that off while we went on break. It was a good time. Dave cracks me up. That is a hazard, ladies and gents. Good time, though. It happens. Little mess. Dave's a small animal, so Dave can't make all that many, can't make all that. Really? Check this out. This is what happens when I stand Vector up on end. All right, I'm going to bring the mic down to him a little bit. And he gets mad about it sometimes. So if you keep doing it to him repeatedly, he gets mad at you. He starts getting lippy, I'm telling you. He cracks me up. Anyway, hello, funny side 706708. How you doing over there in Mixerland? Good to see you. And thank you, Nick. Love the video. Yeah, we're having a good time. So guys, I was talking about Venezuela. Okay, now here's kind of the lie about socialism. Okay, don't you run off the table on me. Here's the problem with socialism, and here's the problem that they won't ever tell you about socialism. Okay. When you start penalizing those who are the job creators for creating jobs, they're going to stop creating jobs. When you start giving people and rewarding people for mediocrity and for doing nothing, kind of like what AOC said, is that we're just going to provide for those who are unwilling or unable and even unwilling to work. And whenever you are rewarding bad behavior, what happens? People keep doing bad behavior. So eventually you have less and less job creators, less and less wealth generators, less and less people whom you can really tax, and more people who are nothing more than a burden to society. That's what you end up getting in a socialist type of a government. The problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. That's what the problem is with socialism. Whoopi Goldberg even said, and she is a star Democrat, and she is a complete leftist, she said that communism is great on paper until you put people in charge, understanding that the problem is Vector just jumped off. Vector is supposed to not do that. Are you even right side up? Yep, you are. Flipped himself. That was great. Welcome, Lamb's Eyeball, to the show, and he says, "You're lying. I'm an employer." Employer? So, what am I lying about? Oh, you little turd! No, you can't be up there, Dave. Dave just ran across. You guys probably seen Dave just run across the monitors. That was great. Oh, goodness. All right. Dave is being a turd, I'm telling you guys. So anyway, what am I lying about, Lamb's Eyeball? I'm actually kind of curious on that, okay? I'm very curious about that. You see, right now we don't have a lot of them problems because we still live in a mostly, capitalist type of a system, okay, where hard work still pays off. But in an environment where hard work doesn't pay off near as much, you're not going to see people whom are. It's just, come on, man. It's basic, simple math. Okay, think about it. All right. If the more you earn, the more that they take away from you. It's kind of like if you work, 80 hours, real life scenario, you work, let's say you work a job, you get paid X amount of money. So you guys did have a close up of Dave? That's awesome. See, I didn't see it on the camera. I was too busy looking at Dave running across right in front of the camera. That was awesome. So anyway, but you got, let's say you do a job, you work 20 hours, you get paid, $8 an hour, whatever that is. Okay. And then, let's say if you make, $10 an hour, or let's say instead of 8, you're making $10 an hour, that bumps up your, how much money you're paying in the taxes by a lot, or at least enough to where now you're basically making less than what you would have before. Why would you want that pay raise? Who cares? You may make more money on paper, but your paycheck, because the government wants to take more of your money, you're not actually making take home any more money, So, that's an aspect of you are rewarding, you're taking from A, you're giving to B. So if the more money you make, the more that they take, because that's what it is in America, not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because I know that, you've got this progressive tax, there's in, the things bump up, and that's not what I'm saying. I think they should do a fair tax, or I'm sorry, not a fair tax, a flat tax. That's what I'd like to see them do, but that's just me. Okay. But that's the problem with socialism. Eventually, you run out of other people's money. You don't believe me? Look at Venezuela. Okay? Look at Venezuela. Venezuela is a socialist nation. They have socialized, they socialized healthcare. Sucks. Now. They socialized, if I'm remembering correctly, they socialized basically farms and whatnot. They socialized that. And then what was one of the problems they were having? Well, the farmers no longer wanted to work the fields anymore. The people whom actually knew what they were doing no longer wanted to work the field. Why? Why work a field if I'm not going to benefit from the field? Why bust my butt for the government to take everything? Because they wanted to socialize it. They socialized the oil fields. Next thing you know, they're not making near as much money on the the oil fields, because those who owned it, that knew what they were doing, got out of it. Why? I'm not benefiting from this anymore. I'm going to be a low man on the totem pole, because I'm going to make just as much money doing low man on the totem pole than what I was as tall man on the totem pole. So why own and operate this thing regardless of whether I know what I'm doing? And now everybody is suffering because the people whom are in charge have no idea what they're doing, and the people who know what's going on don't benefit from their knowledge and their labor. That's why it's crashing apart. Guys, this is simple. Why do we not get it? Used to be one of the, Yeah, Ray, you have a point. Venezuela used to be one of the wealthiest. They were the wealthiest nation in South America. South America? Yeah. They were they were the wealthiest nation. They had a great, growing season, great crops. They grew everything. They had oil. They still have. They were the wealthiest nation down there. And now what's going on? That right there. I ain't playing it. Don't you dare play. I'll bust your butt. Anyway, that's what's going on. Fires. Riots. People are unhappy because they ran out of other people's money. A failure. And Ray's absolutely right. They used to be the wealthiest nation down there. And now you have people in food lines. You have, I just hit a button again, and I don't know what I did. Apparently I did something that I shouldn't have done. Again? Really? You need to stop that, Dave. Now where are you jumping to? Kaboom. There we go. So there we go, guys. The problem with socialism is eventually you run out of other people's money. And before people start spouting off stuff about, Denmark, I think is one of them they like to talk about as far as, well, it's working over here in Denmark. It's like, okay, well, one, Denmark, comparatively speaking, compared to the U.S., is a tiny country. A very small amount of the population. So they have an open welfare system. But you know what else they have? Is a closed borders. Oh, yeah. One of the countries that, the great and wonderful Bernie, who feels the burn baby, wants to use as a prime example and a wonderful example of a successful socialist nation, you can't compare the two. One, they're small. Two, they figured out very early whenever you have an open welfare system and open borders, you wind up with, a butt-ton less generators and more consumers, and it will destroy them and bankrupt them, and you can't sustain that type of a system for very long. So yeah, open welfare, closed borders. What's another nation that he liked to throw in there? And actually that's the thing though too, because Denmark isn't even the same type. They are not near as socialist as what Bernie is wanting to go. In fact, they're like, dude, look, we're nothing compared to what you want to turn America into. We're not that socialist. They still have things that are run by the private sector. They've got a handful of things that has been socialized, but they got quite a bit still that has not. And here he's pointing at them as a socialist nation, as a nation that has, a good overall healthcare system. They got, a good overall a quality of life over there. People are relatively happy. And it's like, oh, yeah, sure, fine, yeah, okay. Closed borders. It's not a full-on socialist society. And they are not near as socialist as what, they're like, dude, you need to tone it down. Because we're not that socialist. Oh, second. I got to get a drink. That thing did not want to go down the pipe quite the way I wanted it to go down the pipe. You would think, well, I'm going to drink. Dr. Pepper. That's not Dr. Pepper. That's Mountain Dew. You would think, ladies and gentlemen, that 40 years old, I would know. Breathe. Swallow. Not at the same time. It's very bad. Bad things happen when you try to do that. So, for those of you out there that have not yet figured out, just remember, breathe, swallow, not at the same time. Back to our regular scheduled program. This is a public service announcement from WSP.FM. If you turn your hand around, never mind. I'm not going there. Really? You melted? Yep. Dave melted. All right, guys. That's really all I got for today. That's actually pretty well it. I know it's kind of a weird way to just leave it hanging. No, what? Nope. I got one more thing. One more thing I want to talk about. One more thing. I don't know how much into technology you guys are. Yes, technology is terrifying, but technology is pretty stinking awesome as well. Ho Ho Show, you're on the air. How you doing?
What's going on?
Not much. Who's this?
This is Ray.
What's up, Ray? How you doing, sir?
Oh, I've been better. That's why I'm not there.
Right. Yep.
I didn't want to infect you.
Yeah, I'd appreciate not getting in, infecting, ladies and gents out there in Chatland. And thank you, Information Queen over there in YouTube. She says, love this show, and I do appreciate it. How is Mr. Ray sounding over there through the different places? I do want to know if everything seems like it is good out there. So
I probably sound like Darth Vader with what I have right now, so it's probably going to be a little off the normal.
Are you my father?
I am your father.
Well played, sir. Wait, hold on. Speak again.
And Vector's mother.
And yes, that is hilarious, dude. We were
Vector's
over
mother.
here. When was that? Was that last? Yeah, that was last weekend.
That was last show, yeah.
Yeah, Vector's over here, and he would look at Ray and call him Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kid you not.
I think you had a hand in that.
Dude, I had nothing to do with it. Like,
All right.
It was actually hilarious because I had told him, it's like, hey, hey, Vector, my name is, Jared. And then I tried to tell him that my name was Ho Ho, and it was like, no, you're Jared. I'm like, crap. Wrong name. It was like, they say that he can recognize like 20 people, including, animals and whatnot with his facial recognition, whatever and whatnot. So, yeah, he's interesting. So, yeah, what you got today, sir? What you want to talk about?
Oh, I was just trying to, see how you doing, since I wasn't there with your squirrel moments and seeing if you're doing okay.
Oh yeah, can't complain. Yeah. I got old person pain today, but it's funny. I took some Pamprin for my old person pain.
Yeah.
PMS medication. Yeah, huh?
Did you take a Geritol this time?
No, just Pamprin. Which, dude.
Okay.
Okay, you guys laugh about me taking PMS medication, but think about it. Anti-inflammatory, check. Muscle relaxer, check. Pain reliever, check. Why take a pain medication when I can take 3 in one pill? Ta-da.
Yeah, as long as you don't get it mixed up this time with that blue pill you took, because that was bad. Just saying.
I was watching YouTube last night, and it was who was I watching? I don't remember who I was watching. I was watching. The guy that played Hawkeye in
Alan
in the
Alda.
in the Avengers movie. It was an interview with him, and I think he was on maybe the Graham Norton show. I'm not completely sure. I like watching excerpts from that show. It's a good show. And he was talking about, he had to take a flight to somewhere, and it was like a 12-hour flight, and he wanted to sleep. He wanted help sleeping. Okay. And he grabbed a pill that was supposed to be Ambient. Okay. Apparently, that wasn't an A for Ambient on the pill. It was a V for Viagra on the pill.
Wow.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, holy crap, that is an amazing story. That is great. Oh, yeah, that one has never happened to me, thank God.
yet.
I'm not a real big prescription. I haven't had anything really happen to me that I've had to rely on, different, prescription medication. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that, because I know me. I've met myself.
Yes.
I would mix up them type of pills.
Yes, you would.
It would be bad.
Yeah. So socialism. Socialism. If these people are so wanting to be socialist, why don't they go to one of these countries and live?
I've asked that question before, and I don't, that's an aspect of it ticks me off, and we see this kind of stuff here in America all the time. It's like, okay, one, if you want socialism, go to a nation that is a socialist nation. You'll be happier there. Okay. I don't want people coming here changing the culture to suit them. Go to a place that has the same culture that matches yours.
Right.
People whom, and this is a prime example of this. Okay. You have states like Texas and states like Florida that are dangerously close to switching sides, switching to the blue team. Why?
Right.
Because people are leaving states like California, New York, and that's where they're going, down to Florida, down to Texas. And then what they do is they vote the same way that they voted, even though they are leaving because they don't like dealing with and putting up with and paying for all the liberal agenda things that they have to pay for over there. And so they move down to a place that doesn't have the high taxation, this, that, and the other. And then they vote for the people, the same party that brought high taxes. And then they complain whenever their taxes go up. Really?
Exactly.
No. And in all honesty, and this is hilarious. Okay, now this is a take it for what it is, guys. Okay, don't attack me because I want to take away your right to vote. No, listen to the message I'm saying. If somebody moves from, let's say, California, and I'll even go with this in reverse. If somebody moves from even Florida to New York, or Texas to California, or California down to Texas, or New York down to Florida. If you make that move, you should not be allowed to vote on anything for at least 4 years.
Right.
It's like, okay, research their policies, research the parties, and then make an informed decision based off of your research.
And that was a big thing in some alternative media, was that there was a lot of Californians who moved out of California to Texas. Mm-hmm. That's why certain parts of Texas are having the problems that they're having, is because of certain people moving from California.
Yeah,
they're trying to initiate their own philosophy down in Texas, and now it's causing major problems.
Yeah, absolutely. You are absolutely right. Causing a lot.
I'm going to go back in the chat room and chat in MySpace, and I will let you go on this line.
All righty, sir. You have yourself a great one. Hope you get feeling better.
Me too. Bye.
All right, take care. That is Ray, ladies and gentlemen. Doo-doo. What's up, buddy? Come on. You know you want to. Okay, fine. Jump on the floor. I don't care. Running around in circles again. Gotta love Dave. All right, guys. So I did remember one thing that I was wanting to bring up and talk about. And I just got smacked in the face by a tail. That was awesome. What's up, Dave? Want to say hi? You want to jump down? Okay, cool. So here in the grand state of Illinois, and yes, I pronounced it Illinois, because it's fun for me and it makes, certain people go, you don't pronounce, the S is silent anyway. Haters. So that $15 an hour minimum wage just got basically voted I have no idea when this is actually supposed to take effect. I'm not sure. For those of you that are out there in the various chat rooms, if you guys are aware, please let me know in the chat. That'd be awesome. But that whole, you know, the whole $15 an hour thing just got passed, and there was a very good meme type of thing I read on Facebook. And actually, you know what? Give me a second, and I am going to see if I can't find that on Facebook. Actually, because I'm pretty sure I put that in there because it was a very good story representation, mathematical execution of this isn't as good as what you people think that it is. So, let me find it. Again, here we go. Hi, Dave. So this picker goes on to say, and of course it's got to be small. Hi, how are you? Oh yeah, doing good? That's good to see. Good to hear, Dave. All right. And of course that thing's like small, and it's going to want me to get my nose right up on it to read it. So let me back out of it. It's bigger on this screen than what it was on the other screen where it was supposed to be zoomed in and whatnot. Anyway, let's say milk costs $1. And let's say you make $1.23 a day. After taxes, you bring home $1. Right now, you can afford 1 gallon per day. Simple math, right? Simple math. So now you get a minimum wage raise to $18.45 a day. That's awesome. You have more money, right? Well, now in order to stay in business, the milkman has to pay his employees that same $18.45. So the cost of milk goes to $15 a gallon. No big deal. You can still afford that, right? Well, no, you can't. You see, thanks to minimum wage increase that you are begging for, you've moved up to a new tax bracket. Now, instead of 23%, you pay 29%. Crap. There we go. 1845, 29%, that equals 1310. You can no longer afford the milk you once could. Let that sink in. You see, this is the thing of what people don't quite understand about with this whole minimum wage increase, okay? Do you think that McDonald's, after paying everybody a pay increase, is going to keep their product at the very same price? No, they're not. Do you think for 1 second that McDonald's is going to pay somebody $15 an hour to press buttons on a register and take your money? No, they're not. They're going to have automated kiosks. These are already have been propping up all over the place for quite a while. You see this already in Walmart. You know, but this has been going on for a while at Walmart. So I'm like, I kind of can't exactly, at least where I'm at, you know, we don't have the automated kiosk, you know, the self-serve lane in McDonald's. We don't really have that. But if you don't think it's coming, think again, guys. Because a machine that will work 24/7, all you got to do is call up technical support on occasion, have a manager that can take your money, backup scenario, you know, one that you're already paying whatever amount of money they're getting paid. You're insane if you think that you're going to keep your job if they don't have to. Now, instead of making a minimum wage of, let's say $8.25 an hour, $8.75 an hour. What is minimum wage? $8.75? I think it's $8.75. So instead of making $8.75 an hour, now you're getting paid $15 an hour. If you think that they're going to have the same amount of people hired, well, this is not going to happen. All right. So, but also a hilarious part about this is, they're not going to keep you there at all. Your job is getting lost to a machine. Oh, but I'm on the grill. They have robotics that they've been doing for quite a while that can do that. There's a product out there called a RoboBurger, which can, better than you, put a burger together. You want, $15 an hour to not make my hamburger correctly? What? No. RoboBurger. Yeah, look at all the new self-checkouts at Walmart already. And you know what? Some of that might have actually been due to them, kind of seeing the writing on the wall with the whole minimum wage increase, and that's why they did that. We're, just to give you guys some info, the Walmart we're at, they're doing a huge renovation to the place, and one of the things that they are doing has been taking out some of the cash registers and putting in, the whole auto or self-checkout lanes, okay, doing a lot of that. So, they've removed quite a few already, so here you go, removing cashiers in favor of self-checkout, And I know the whole aspect of, I'm never going to use the self-checkout, blah, 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 blah. But when you walk in there and you're needing to buy something and the only thing that they have open is self-checkout, well, then you use self-checkout. And believe me, this is coming everywhere. The technology's there and it's cheaper than paying a bunch of people $15 an hour. So businesses are going to switch to this. Why wouldn't they? It's cheaper. Okay. So whenever every place you go to, I know what you're saying, we'll boycott Walmart, and then we'll go to this place that I can, if that thing falls on you, Dave, playing with my blinds at the moment. Oh yeah, I'm dying laughing. Just saying. What are you? Okay. We'll see what happens. All right, anyway, guys. Ray put in here, you can't go into Walmart front door without 30 people talking to you. Yeah, I know. It's true story. Dude, I went into Walmart one time, and all I was doing was going in there, front service desk, customer service, front door to customer service, which is like between the two doors, and then back out again to cash a check. That's all I was doing, going in, out, done. All right. It took me like 40 people. I ran into like 40 people, 30, 40. No, I'm sorry. I ran into, I think, 20 people. This is who I ran into. It took me about 30 minutes to make that trip. In, out, redonkulous. It was crazy. It was crazy. Big M Homestead, how you doing, Trucker Al? Good to see you over there, sir, in YouTube land. I did get your Facebook message, by the way. I haven't looked at it yet, but I did get it. I haven't gotten into it yet. But yeah. So if you guys don't think that cashiers are going to be a thing in the past, think again. It's already coming. We're already seeing it. If you guys think that flipping a burger job is secure, it's not. They've already been working on RoboBurger. Getting a machine is easy. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. And the sad thing is, the people whom this is going to work or going to affect more isn't going to be necessarily, well, okay, let me rephrase this. Within the workforce already, okay, where this is going to affect isn't necessarily the new hires. You know, oh, the new hires are getting hired in at, a minimum of $15 an hour. This is awesome. This is amazing. The problem is, for those that have been putting in their time already at a job, that company can't afford to bump up your pay, who's been working there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 15 years. They can't afford to bump your pay up accordingly. Now you're basically getting paid just as much as a new hire. Not fair? Not really. But what are you going to do? You got your $15 an hour. Congratulations. You got what you want. That's what happens. Al says, because you know everyone. I don't know everyone. He says, I see all over out here. Yeah, they're putting in them self-checkout, them self-cash register, the automation stuff. I mean, they're putting it everywhere. They really are. This is stuff that they've been working on for years. For years. There was a time when, it wasn't cost effective to put a robot in place of a person, but as, minimum wage goes up, as the, technology is more and more on demand, it'll come. It really will, guys. Yeah, and Ray throws in here, and your hours will get cut too. Absolutely it will. Yeah, truck stops. Yeah, they're putting in, the self checkout. They're putting in self checkouts in truck stops. I can't say as if I've seen them, pictures of them, Al. I've definitely seen pictures of them, but I can't say as if I've actually been to a place that, really had the self checkout stuff in there. I can't say as if I've personally seen it, but I've seen pictures of them. I've just, I don't really visit a lot of truck stops. Not anymore. It's been a while since I've really gone all over the place to really see a lot of that stuff. But anyway, guys, that really pretty well covers the show, guys. Second time I've tried to end this. Last time I came up with something else I had to talk about, Oh, pilots in Texas are doing it? Yeah. Why did you let her in your shirt? Okay. Poking her head out and looking at me from periodically. That's funny. Yeah. All right, guys. We are going to go ahead and take off. And here is one more look at Dave. Hi, Dave. She melted. She likes doing that to just, done. So, all right, guys, 3 more hours. I am not doing 3 more hours, sir. That is not going to happen. So, guys, I do appreciate everybody stopping by, taking a look at the show. I do thank you for those follows and that I have gotten over there in Mixer Land and the host. That is awesome. Are you kidding me? I'm going to. Shaking your poo out or something. All right, guys. You always have yourself a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check us out next week. Actually, this Monday. What are we talking about Monday? I don't remember. I'm starting to feel little dribbles going down my back. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about you. Oh, so now you're escaping because I'm talking about you. Uh-huh. See how she is? Escaping. All right, guys. You all have yourself a great one. Oh, you're in Tulsa? Awesome. Yeah, dude, I miss you too, man. It's been a while. I need to talk. I need to call you up again. Haven't called you in a while. Actually, I think last time we talked to you, what was that? A week or 2 ago? And I think it was a couple weeks ago. It might have been 3 weeks ago now. So yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Y'all have yourself a wonderful evening. Good night. Sleep tight, and if them bed bugs bite them, by golly, bite them back. Have fun, y'all.